Hey everybody, it's Amanda.
It's Mike and
we are the
HydesDodisney.
Disney. Good job. Today we are making churro toffee from Disneyland, so let's get started.
We're only going to need a handful of ingredients for this recipe. 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of butter, 2 bags of white chips, a cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Step 1. Grab a medium-sized pot and a candy thermometer. Add your sugar, all of it, and your butter to the pot here. Should always do the butter first. Don't do like I did and do the sugar first. So butter first, then sugar. So take that to your stove top, put that on, and we're going to get this boiling. We're going to bring it up to 285 degrees, which is the soft crack stage. So as you see here, it just kind of transpires through. I did forget salt, so you need a teaspoon of salt as well. Then at 285, take it off the heat. Step 2, sheet pan, parchment paper. Put that down in front of you. Take your sugar mixture, pour that on top. Make sure you grab a spatula and scrape out any extras, but most of it should come out as it kind of all sticks to itself. Then you're just going to take your sheet pan and just kind of roll it around, moving the sugar mixture to all the edges of your pan. Take your time here. There's no rush. It's still really hot, so it should take, a decent amount of time for it to cool down. One thing I found that towards the end, once it did cool down, was to take a spatula and just kind of push it out towards the edges. Kind of work better as it does cool down. Now I need to cut into squares. So I took a butter knife here, started cutting into squares. Instructions say to use a plastic butter knife. As you can see here, it starts to stick to the metal one. And then as I dragged down here, I noticed that it started to offset the squares and kind of drag the corners down. I didn't like that very much. I continued to do it. But then I realized I should just use a straight edge. So I have a grill scraper, and I just sprayed it down with some pan spray and use that to create straighter lines because I'm just pressing straight down instead of dragging. And if you look here, as I do it, it makes a much more uniform shape. So that's what I'm going to recommend for anybody trying to attempt this recipe, is to use a straight edge, nice, solid, firm straight edge to cut out nicer squares if you want to do it the Disney way. And then take this and put this in the fridge for 20 minutes. Step 3 is melting our chocolate chips. Again, just take them, put them in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time until they're fully melted. And there you go, nice and melted chocolate. Make sure this, I would say, it took me about 2-3 minutes, 30 seconds at a time to make it nice and smooth. And there we go. Now we need to make our cinnamon and sugar mixture, so just take your 1 cup of sugar and your 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, put them into a bowl. And then take a little whisk and just whisk it up. You want to make sure it's nice and uniform. So you don't want any little extra swirls in there, so mix it up really well. There you go. That's it. So now we need to put this all together. So take your squares. And I'm just going to grab one end. I'm going to drag them off the tray. Then I'm going to take them. I'm going to stack them up just so I have some more space here. You're going to need some space because you got a few other components that we put together already that we're going to need. So you're going to need the counter space, and then I just rotated it 90 degrees and grabbed another sheet of parchment paper and laid that down next to it, just because we're going to start placing our chocolate squares onto the clean one. And then I realized I needed some more space, so I just kind of slid it back to the top. And then take your cinnamon sugar, then just take a shallow pan and pour your cinnamon sugar mixture into that. And my white chocolate. And then, as I was doing this, I realized this is backwards. I should switch the sugar and the chocolate. Be easier from a putting it together standpoint. And then all we're going to do is just take one of the squares, dip it in your chocolate, press it down here. You can use a fork if you'd like. I like working with my hands, so I just kind of drizzled it around, shook it off a little bit, put it back in. I realized that there's some extra butter in here, and I should have patted them off. That's the residue left over from the cooking process of making this brittle, and that would have helped the chocolate stick better. So recommendation, use some paper towels and kind of dab off the extra butter that resides on the outside of these toffee squares. But the chocolate still held up pretty well. And then just put it into your cinnamon sugar mixture. It's kind of like the 3-step method for, you know, coating chicken fingers or breading anything. Same concept. And then I just took my cinnamon sugar and just tossed it over the top as much as I could. Then I took it and I just shook it off and set it onto my parchment paper to set up. And so I'll do that with the rest of them. And so here we are. Took me a little while, but I got them all done. Alright, so it's all done. So do you want to try it? You want to try it first? Do you want to take the first bite? Here, take a bite. Josiah's going to try it first. Take a bite. Put it in your mouth. Take a bite.
Oh, it's Mommy's going to come bite it.
Take a bite.
There you go. Ooh, look at that.
How was that?
Wow, that was the smallest piece ever. That's really good.
It's pretty close.
Bye, Josiah. Glad you did. So we did just get some churro toffee from a box swap, and I will make sure I link that up here. So we have something to actually taste against this. So let me get it. Yeah, there's not very much left, but we saved it just for this. All right, so let's do a little comparison here. Okay, so the one on top is ours, and the one underneath is Disney's. Obviously, Disney's is a little more consistent, and I'll actually put a picture in, like here, so that you guys can see it better. I think the obvious difference is in color on the outside. The Disneyland one is much lighter in color, versus ours is darker, but I don't think that they put cinnamon in their sugar on top. I think that they put the cinnamon in the white chocolate, maybe.
Whatever coating they put on it. They put the cinnamon in it.
So I kind of want to do like a side-by-side taste test here. So let's break off a little piece here. Okay. So we each have a Disneyland, a home version. Start with the Disneyland one?
Yeah.
Okay, start with Disneyland. Man, that's good.
There's also nuts in theirs, which makes a huge difference. I think they're almonds, which makes a huge difference.
And ours,
this is just plain English toffee, literally sugar butter.
I think it's really close. Like, I would make this to satisfy a craving for this and be completely satisfied with it. But we're also not Disneyland natives, so we don't eat churro toffee all the time, which is like a huge thing.
Yeah. So theirs is...
With peanuts?
No, I think it's almonds.
I think it's almonds?
I mean, it could be peanuts, but I think it's almonds, and they do a better job at coating than I do, which is not surprising.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
a master chocolatier. But I mean, I like it. I actually like the nuts. I wish I would have paid closer attention to it because I would have put almonds in it.
Yeah.
Almonds, but I think.
Gotta make it again then.
Oh yeah, this is really good though. So no shame there. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is always a really cool thing. It's a great holiday treat. This can be. I would say this could be Halloween. This could be Christmas. This could be Thanksgiving.
Oh, I think this would be a great like stocking stuffer. Like my grandmother used to always love getting peanut brittle for Christmas and. Or ribbon candy, and I feel like this would be a great like Christmas morning treat.
So make sure that you guys are liking our videos, subscribing to the videos, you know, clicking the bell notification so you're notified when we do put up new videos.
Yeah, and let us know what you want to see us cook next, because we're starting to run out of ideas and we want your opinions, because we're making this, I mean, for us obviously, but we want you guys to enjoy it too. So let us know what you want to see us cook next.
Absolutely.
So with that, we'll see you Monday for a Disney video, Thursday for a cooking video, some other days for random stuff, and Vlogmas very soon. So we'll see you later. Bye.